organize the books into these shelves. This is a task I've been procrastinating for the last year probably, but in my defense, it's because I didn't really have enough space for them. Today we're doing the fun task. I personally love watching these videos, and I think I'm gonna have so much fun making one. So also this means that you will have a sneak peek at my read books and also my unread pile. I didn't say TBR because not all of them will be read, and also you're actually gonna have a sneak peek into my coffee table books. I have quite a few. They're all vintage. They are beautiful to die for, so I'm gonna try to open some of them and show you the insides because they're just so beautiful. Yeah, that is the plan of action. So now, first things first, all of my books are on the floor. I'm going to put them into piles based on genre, because I've decided I'm going to organize them in the bookshelves based on genre. And just to give you an idea, this is what we're working with. I don't think I'm going to fill all of this up because I need maybe a shelf for some of my knitwear. I know that sounds so weird, but yeah, that's where they're going to be. This is the red TBR hand. This right here is the unread pile. Now, like I said, these are not my TBR because some of them were gifted. They were books that I bought when I didn't really know my taste. Some of them were just really beautiful vintage books that I couldn't not buy. So yeah, some of these are not going to be read eventually, but we will separate those later. And these two piles, I know I have quite a lot of them. These are my coffee table books. Also, I want you to spot something amazing on my bed. This is what I'm currently reading. My first physical book of 2024, A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. And oh my god, it's just magic. It's a masterpiece. I think I am on page 400, so I'm not even finished, but I'm just absolutely completely in love. And since I'm talking about my current reads, I am also currently listening to The Icebreaker by Hannah Grace, and I'm only 14 minutes in, but I feel like I really like it because it's a college setting with drama, and I don't mean to be toxic, but I kind of enjoy those. Welcome to my unread pile. Moment of appreciation. Oh, about my unread books, like I said, they're not my TBR pile, and simply because some of them are gifted to me, some of them, you know, like this one, I think I bought it purely for the cover. I don't know, probably years ago, 3-4 years, yeah, definitely 4 years ago. This is a thrifted one as well, and I have no idea what I was thinking, because the wedding day, the cover, like, what was I thinking? Why did I buy the what? I don't know my thought process. But that's my point. Some of these books were bought years ago when I didn't know what I wanted to read. Some of them were bought because the cover looked cute, again, when I didn't know what I wanted to read. And some of them were gifted to me, so I didn't choose them. We're gonna do immediate TBR, medium TBR, in the middle TBR. We're gonna do immediate TBR, in the middle TBR, and lesser TBR. Does that even make sense? It makes sense in my brain. Will I ever read this? Because I've heard only bad things about this. So I'm really not interested. This is a struggle because I'm not very interested in finishing this series. But then again, it's a series that I need to finish because it's the last book. The Goldfinch. Oh my god, I really want to read this year.
She loves me when I look my best, but girl, you need to let me rest. I'm sorry if I made a mess. I'm sorry if I...
Okay, that wasn't so bad. This pile over here, I don't know what to call them, soft and hard DNFs, because this one I am technically still in the middle of. This one was a soft DNF. This one I'm technically still in the middle of. This same thing, and this one was a hard DNF. So I feel like I'm gonna just put all of these together. The red pile is categorized. We're gonna do the same for the red pile. No, what did I just say? The unread pile is categorized. Let's do the same for the red pile because I feel like they're gonna take me a bit longer.
Going for you, how do I explain if you don't wanna try?
The book that started everything for me, The Silent Patient. This one, Revenge of the Middle-Aged Woman, was a really good book. It's a thrifted one and the cover is just so pretty. This is a book that I have loved and also one of the very first books that I read. It's just beautiful. It's by Maeve Binchy. It's Evening Class and the cover is stunning.
I'm still obsessed with you.
The very last one. We have some biography, some self-help. These are all mystery thrillers. It's crazy. I didn't think I have so many. These are more dark and horror and dark academia. All of them are romance, historical fiction. This pile and this pile are both general literary fiction, and this one is fantasy. We're gonna start organizing them into their respective places, which I am yet to decide, but we'll get there soon. I have been staring at these shelves for the last 20 minutes. See, the shelves are not really bookshelves. I had these made probably 4 years ago, and I made them for completely different purposes. That's why the space is so gigantic. I have this thing in my head. Yeah. My head, I'm thinking. What am I thinking? I'm still thinking. It's driving me crazy. What if no? Oh. Why is this taking so long? You know what? We'll just go with it. I think I'm gonna put fantasy over here. I'm gonna pile all of them here. And you know what, guys? I'm just gonna put it on time lapse because I feel like talking and thinking and sharing and doing all together at the same time is kind of creating errors in my brain. So I'm just gonna do it and then show you the aftermath, okay? Because yeah, I'm just losing brain cells here.
I know you.
Addicted to you. Crochet. Addicted for now. Is this kind of hothouse flower? Right. Addicted after all. Right. Full of fire. Long way home. I'm not sure about these two. They're so pretty.
She loves me when I look my best.
Oh.
Girl, you need to let me rest. I'm sorry if I made a mess. I'm sorry if I'm still obsessed with you.
Okay, it is the next day, and here's what you need to know. First of all, I've arranged the bookshelf, and it looks extra cute, so cute. I'm dying to show you. I only have the coffee table books left to put on their shelf, and that would be it, and then I can show you. I also promised you that I will show you a sneak peek into the coffee table books because they're so beautiful. So I have to do that before I put them in their places because there's no way I'm gonna take them out again because they're so heavy. To be completely honest with you, I was supposed to do this, like film the second part of the video today in the morning so that I can hopefully edit and post it by tonight. That didn't happen because... Can somebody explain what the hell is in the pages of this book? Because I am utterly and completely and totally obsessed. Like, the obsession is so real. I can't. So, happy book organizing day because, yeah, I'm just gonna show you the new shelf and how they look. Pride and joy in the room. But, yeah, coffee table books first one that I am just completely obsessed with is this A History of Jewels. It's so beautiful. It has a case. It's just the most beautiful book. Like, you see this, a vintage sketch of these women making jewelry, and it's just so beautiful. History, introduction, different types of jewelry, and these photos, like, I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure this book is worth so much. It's just insane how gorgeous the design and the photos and everything is. I feel like when it comes to cooking books, there are so many at the thrift store, and since I love cooking, but I've never made a recipe from this, but knowing that I can. One I love, Marks and Spencer's 1884 to 1984. It's beautiful. And again, another book that I feel like is a treasure to have. Also, I love it when I find books with little sentimental notes like this. Happy Christmas, 1993. This one, yes, this one is also just full of beautiful pictures. It's all about ring designs, and it's stunning. Different shapes, different designs, where they come from, their history. It's just so fascinating. It's one of my favorites because it's one of the places that I dream about visiting the most. I mean, not just Venice, but anywhere in Italy. But I love looking through this. I have read some of it, like, just randomly, because these are history of these landmarks and touristy spots. Another prized position, it's a Vogue magazine, a very old edition. I'm not sure what year this was released, but it's beautiful. Many different categories: makeup, hair, clothes, skin, just... It's like many different recipes for different sauces, and I seriously need to use it because I love sauces and I make them all the time. This one is just gemstones and it's beautiful. Solely bought it for the cover, but it is a history of Britain. Another antique one, home decoration, nature. Oh, I love this as well. It's an antiques book. So many beautiful picture and background story, where they come from. The very last one underneath is an herbs and herbalism. Now, grand reveal. I'm obsessed. I'm so happy. Like, last night when I slept, I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm sleeping next to all of this, because it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. So happy, and I cannot wait to just fill it out. Packed with books, where I have to stack on top of these, where these will have to come out because the idea of decoration is just won't do anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, but I can't find the right words. I'm so happy. They're just so beautiful. The top, all of these, and all of these, and also those are my red books. So, day 3 of trying to finish this video. If I'm completely honest with you, I was editing this video and I realized I actually do not like the bookshelf tour I ended up giving you. If you're gonna stick around and watch the whole video, you deserve a very good, a very satisfying bookshelf tour eventually. Not so secretly, I'm not even mad. I get to talk about the books again, show off my bookshelf again. How can I be mad? I'm gonna start with the top shelf. Coming to you from a proper fantasy fan now, I present to you my fantasy books, and I can promise you this is going to grow a hell of a lot more in 2024 because I'm just obsessed. Of course, I have Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, and I am obsessed. Powerless, can't wait for book 2. One of my favorite, Song of Achilles, a Greek mythological, historical fiction fantasy book, and I adore this. This right here is one of my newest obsessions. First of all, These hardcovers and these copies are absolutely gorgeous. I have finished book 1 and book 2. I'm currently reading book 3. An update, obsessed. I have a book 4 and 5 left. And technically, of course, I haven't read these, so they shouldn't be in my read pile. But it's just a crime to separate these from their siblings. So right next to it, this is the start of my romance books. It starts with the Addicted / Calloway Sister series, all 10 books of them. Again, I have read the first 6 books. I have the last 4 books left, but just look at them together. It's so beautiful. I couldn't possibly separate them and put these into my TBR. So I left them here, but of course I'm going to read them because I'm just in love with this world. Chestnut Spring series. I have read the first 2 books, but again, I haven't read the last 2 books. And there's the 5th book as well, which I will get once I finish the 4th one. Again, they look so beautiful together. I couldn't separate them, so here they are. I know it sounds weird because they're not technically read, but this and the Sarah J Maas one, just, you know, it works in my brain. Have to be with their siblings. I mean, it just makes sense, right? Next up here, I have Love and Gelato series. Love it. Super adventurous and fun and light and fluffy. Sarah Adams books. Hopefully that will grow as well because I really enjoyed her writing. We're gonna go right there where the romance pile continues. Starting from here, I have my Taylor Jenkins reads. Now, I know they're not technically romance books. They're romance, historical fiction, general fiction, and so much more. But in my brain, they need to be here. It's not like I have a strict map of where everything needs to be. Some of them, I just followed what my brain told me, and my brain told me that they need to be here. It just clicked. So here they are. Malibu Rising is probably my least favorite, but Daisy Jones is my favorite, and then followed by The Seventh Husband of Evelyn Hugo. I have read another one by her. It was a short 1-hour audiobook, so I don't have the physical copy. Right next to that, I have my Emily Henry books. Now, I have read her other 2, Beach Read and People We Meet on Vacation, and when I tell you, it pains me not to see them here, right next to their siblings. I'm not even kidding, but hopefully I will get a physical copy this year. But Happy Place is definitely one of my favorite reads of 2024. I cried so much and I loved it. Then more romance books over here, and Love and Other Words, one of my favorite romances ever. And I have my only Rebecca Yarros's romance book, and this is going to grow this year as well because I loved it so much. It broke my heart. Then I have my Ana Juan books Twisted series, which in my opinion is better than the King of Sin series, and still I'm gonna continue reading the series anyway. And I have my 3 Mariana Zapatas. I love her writing. From Look Over the Love is one of my all-time favorites. I really enjoyed these 2 as well. Probably The Wall of Winnipeg and Me is my least favorite so far, but I'm excited to read more of hers this year as well. More romance books here, more romance books here, of course, except for Just Kids by Patti Smith. This is a biography, but seeing it here with other books that I love just makes me happy. Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake, one of my all-time favorite books ever. Call Me By Your Name by Andra Asimer. I love this one as well. Movie and book. Moving on to the shelf right next to it. In this one, I have what I consider my Colin Hoover pile, my general fiction pile, and my historical fiction. Over here, I have my Colin Hoover books, and along with this one, it looks odd because this is actually printed. I'm always grateful for her books because they were the books that really got me into reading. So I have read more by her, but I just don't have the physical copy. These 6 are the only historical fictions. I mean, I have other historical fictions. I've put them elsewhere, like Daisy Jones and the Six is definitely, you can say it's a historical fiction, or Son of Achilles, but yeah, I wanted to put those in other places. But these 6 I love and adore. Violeta by Isabel Allende is just one of my all-time favorite books, and I keep recommending this to people. It's so beautiful and the cover is stunning. All the Light We Cannot See broke my heart. Where the Crawdads Sing, loved. Frida is a really unique book, highly underrated book. It's so beautiful and I barely see anyone talking about it. More general fiction. How to Fall Out of Love Madly is one of the very last books that I ended up reading in 2023, and I really enjoyed it. Then I have my Sally Rooney books, which I really love her writing. I need to get Conversation with Friends this year as well. Normal People is one of my all-time favorite books ever. More general fiction, Mitch Albom's, Elif Shafak, Paulo Coelho. These ones are some miniature books. We're gonna continue over here. My mystery thriller, dark, psychological thriller, horror, strange, what the hell is happening pile. So of course I have two YA series. One of us is Lion Inheritance Games, gallant horror, but the book itself is just so beautiful. That was one of the reasons why I got it. More mystery thrillers over here and more over here, along with some, I don't know, I guess A Certain Hunger and Bunny. They're just very dark. And then over here, The Secret History and If We Were Villain. These are dark academia. Now we're moving on to the shelves at the bottom. So this pile is completely red. I have some self-help spiritual books. And then right under here, I have my 2 Rupi Kaur poetry books that were very Instagram famous years ago, and then 2 biography books. These ones at the back and this one are books that are very low on my TBR. I'm probably never going to read them, if I'm completely honest. These books, however, I think they are DNF'd, or books that I am technically still in the middle of. This is a beautiful hardcover book, Emma by Jane Austen. I just didn't finish it because I read 100 pages and then I was like, wait a minute, I've seen this movie like 5 times. So I was so bored. DNF, technically in the middle of, same, DNF, technically in the middle of, DNF. And this is exactly why I didn't want to put Just Kids over here with the rest of the biographies, because this is not a shelf that makes me very happy, but this one is. And Just Kids is a book that I absolutely love, so I wanted to put it in a pile, in a shelf that I love. Moving on from here to here, my less immediate TBR, I could say, books that I might read and might not read. I don't know, I'm not sure about them, but I'm not like eager to read them. So for example, A Little Life, when I got it I was so excited, but I don't think I will ever read it because everyone tells me it will cause me depression, and I do not want that. Colleen Hoover, like I said, I'm very grateful for her because she got me into reading, but now that I've read so many books, I have other books that I'm more excited about reading instead of these 2. The Final Gambit, I didn't really enjoy this series. So yeah, these are just a bunch of books that I may read, but I'm not sure. But let's move on, because right next to it, this is a shelf that makes me happy. Books that I am eager to read, especially the first 6 ones are my immediate TBR, books that I really want to get to very soon. And then after that, books that I know I really want to read this year, and 90% sure that I will anyway. This is only my physical TBR. I do have a mental TBR as well, but anyway, I will talk more about these and my mental TBR in a video that I have in mind. Very quickly, we also have the coffee table bookshelf. I organized everything like this and decided to display the Vogue one because I love it, and then just a little bit more up top right here. We're done with the bookshelf tour. I'm so happy with it, and I had so much fun regardless of the breakdowns. I had so much fun, and the end result, just heart eyes. If you are going to do this, which I highly recommend, again, it's just so joyful. Definitely my one tip is, instead of just sitting and staring and planning, just do it. Like, you have a vision in your head, just go for it. And if it doesn't work, switch to another plan, but stop staring and planning like I did, because it just overwhelms you. So that is the biggest thing that I learned today. Not today, 3 days ago when I started doing this. One question that keeps popping up in my head is, I really want to know, any one of you, your top 5 favorite books of 2023, because usually other people's favorites just makes me so curious, and I go on Goodreads, look it up, and if I like what I see, I usually add it to my mental TBR. I think that would be a fun little thing for us to do in the comment section. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let's just pretend this isn't day 4. It is day 4. But in my defense, The reason we have day 4 is because literally I finished editing this video today, and today I went to the bookstore and got 8 new books. And the customary with these things is you gotta update the people, and since I'm showing you a bookshelf tour, it's just, you know, it's not complete. I have to show you the whole thing. So these are the new books. You and I are going to put them in the TBR shelf, even though there's no space. So we have some rearrangement to do. So join me on the floor, please. Let's go on the floor. The books first. People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I told you I wanted to get the physical copies, so I got the first one. I made the first move, so this goes there. I got a spiritual book, funnily enough, but I really enjoyed Dr. Joe Dispenza's podcasts. Whenever he's a guest on a podcast, I really enjoy it, especially on the Model Health Show. Loved it. So Becoming Supernatural is one of his books, and I'm very intrigued. I don't necessarily want to read this in a month or two. I want to take my time, so I'm not sure when I'm gonna finish this, but if I'm going to invest my time in one spiritual book, I choose this one. A Room of One's Own by Virginia Woolf. I've been wanting to read something by her for a year now, and I read some great reviews on Goodreads about this one, so there we go. We're gonna go for this one, and I'm really excited. Next up, it's The Raven Boys by Maggie. Can't read that yet. And I've heard great things about this series as well. It's a fantasy series, and I know there are 3 more books, I think. So yeah, a series for 2024. Next, of course, Masters of Death by Olivia Blake. Love her so much. Just super excited to read this. These last 3 ones are actually a gift from a very dear friend. First of all, I got these beautiful hardcover copies of Scythe, the first book, and I believe this is the second one, Thunder Herd. Another series that I wanted to start this year, and now it's a gift. Lastly, Maybe in Another Life by TJR, another book by her, so I'm excited to read this and then finish it and put it with, you know, my little TJR pile that I showed you before. This is a really beautiful copy. Let me just put them somewhere. Okay, yeah, that definitely grew, but I'm not complaining. We do have, however, one small job. So first of all, I have to take this off. So satisfying. Is it painful that it is brand new, even though I have technically read it? Yes. Is it absolutely satisfying to have it? Yes. Yes to both of those. Ooh, yes. Oh my god. I've never knew this kind of happiness. I can't put it like this. That's sad. Anyway, yeah. There we go. This, I have to find some place for this one. Doesn't fit. Okay, we're gonna do some rearranging. There we go. There we go. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, the happiness. No, unmatched. And then the new TBR. Holy moly. Oh my god. Of course, these ones are still like top priority, but if I'm completely honest with you right now, the Virginia Woolf one, the Master of Death, like everything that I just got today is also top priority. So there you go. There you have it. And now I can do my official sign off and tell you thank you so much for sticking around for this very chaotic bookshelf organization thingy, but I must say I just had so much fun, and this little add-on at the end is probably my favorite because it reminds me of those little twists that sneak in on you at the end of a book. So yeah, anyway, I hope you have a great day. I will see you in my next one. Take care. Bye.